We're back to making fun of the Cleveland Browns. We're about to crash out. We're on Shedeur Sanders' watch. Stefanski getting fired watch. We're watching the Hawaiian Leprechaun kill wide receivers, throwing hospital balls all over the place. And the big thing today that we're looking into is the media starting to figure out the conspiracy theories.
Literally, the first thing we did was call the FBI.
And also, Shedeur Sanders is back at practice. But before we dig in, though, you need to click that subscribe button right now. Join me on this journey of making fun of the Cleveland Browns. They're making you sad on Sundays, and I'm getting you back right through the week because this quarterback situation has been a mess our whole lives, and we got to make fun of it. We just have to, because that is what is owed to us after watching this debacle every single year forever.
Okay, we are cooked. Yeah, we are absolutely cooked.
Click that button, stop missing out, join the journey. The big thing, though, that we're seeing today is the media starting to see the conspiracy here. They're starting to figure it out. They're starting to see what we see.
Why has Shedeur Sanders not gotten on the field? I want everybody's opinion on this. I cannot, for the life of me, figure out what's going on. Something's going on. Gals, something's going on. I don't know what. I'm not privy to it. If I knew, I would tell you. That's one thing we do on this show. I find stuff out. Sometimes it's right, sometimes, but I'm telling you what I'm hearing. I'm not hearing anything. I'm hearing a bunch of stuff that I don't want to believe, but I don't know what's legit or not. So I'm gonna tell you that I honestly don't know what's going on. And I just want to feel today, I want to know what you all feel about it.
It's not the agenda. It's playing with two condoms on. It's the scarcity mindset. It's being scared to develop your players, giving them the opportunity to take that step forward because you want to go with what got you there, wherever it's been. You want to stay with that consistency. You don't want to change it up.
I truly do not believe there's anti-Shedeur agenda. So throw that out. I just feel they don't think he's ready, and they would do him more harm by putting him out there right now than they might in 3 or 4 weeks.
Then shame on this organization.
Stefanski needs to be fired, and he's getting fired. He is a lame duck right now. He's about done.
Yeah. What would save it? If he threw Shedeur in there and they won their last 5 games, he would keep his job and everything would be hunky-dory.
Now, he'll still be fired because you should have did this from the jump.
Okay, there
Why you ain't
go.
do this from the jump with your hating ass? You got a personal vendetta against him. Get the fuck on. He should have been playing.
Agreed.
So get the fuck on, bro, because you got a personal vendetta. That's why he wasn't playing. Now look at it. He done won his last 5. Get the fuck on. No matter what, Stefanski got to go, bro.
Never heard the...
Shedeur has been banged up, and he's back at practice. So we're going to see what the reports look like. We got a few more days. We got to see what's going on with him.
What is starting to become a mystery to me is how could he have 3 different injuries without even taking number 1 reps all year long?
Right.
Tired arm. What was the injury in training camp? Was it a shoulder or
and
muscle?
now back.
Yeah. So I'm wondering. I don't know. I don't want to say it because people will jump all over me. But
You're wondering. I'll say it for you.
Does he want to play?
I'll say it for you. Either these are made up injuries, or somebody don't want him to play, or he doesn't want to play. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
I guess the coach said Shedeur wanted to play, but no, his back was actually it was getting checked out the whole week last week. It was actually a problem.
Shedeur isn't going to get the same opportunities, the same chances to develop as Gabriel.
He may never see the field this season. He may not. But if they go with a little bit of Dillon, a little bit of Shedeur, it's not working out, there's a couple games left, why not? If he's 100% cleared and healthy, I would do it. I'm curious to see if he's got anything left in the tank. We know he thinks he does.
If he's not playing well, he's not going to get multiple games. Let's see what's happening. They're probably going to wrap it up quick. That's the thing about this. Not entirely fair, not allowing him the same chance to develop. They're probably not going to allow him to get game after game after game, allowing him to develop like they did with Gabriel.
You know, Dillon can stink up the joint, and he'll have another opportunity next season. He'll have another opportunity 2 years down the line. I don't think Shedeur is going to have those same opportunities. If Shedeur,
Really?
Yeah, no. If Shedeur is treated differently, I think if he looks really bad in Cleveland, I think that's the end of Shedeur Sanders
Really?
in the NFL.
See, I disagree. I think someone will give him a shot.
I think that's why he's got to be really careful about it being his one opportunity that he gets. And I think this is why, if he's being strategic here and really taking care of his body and really taking care of himself, I think it's doing it with the understanding that when he gets in, he has to look really good. It's unfortunate that he's been put in this spot.
I just think it's
the
an opportunity,
NFL world has put him in this spot where they've expected him to either be great or they want to kick him out.
His second opportunity, though, will come with a bad team.
And it'll be like this type of situation.
Right.
Where
It'll be the same situation where it's not a good team, not a good situation.
Yeah, you're not in a good spot to deliver. And so I think it's going to be really hard, and I think he knows that. And so there's a part of me that wonders if he's almost protecting himself. Like, if I'm going to get one crack at it, and he'll eventually get one crack, whether it's this year, whether it's next year, he'll get that one crack. But if I'm betting my NFL life, I'm betting it on a better version of a team than this team. That just seems like common sense to me.
The quarterback position has been a disaster my entire life. Like we've been saying, day in and day out, there's a reason why the meme's there of the guy wearing the jersey with all the quarterback nameplates. Like, this is the Browns. The Browns are going to be the Browns.
You had Baker. You had Baker, who wasn't sure. Baker was winning. Baker almost had you in a Super Bowl.
Playoff game, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, almost had you in a Super Bowl. To me, Baker should be in Cleveland. But when Cleveland had Baker Mayfield, and they hadn't had any success, they hadn't won anything, okay? Go back to 1999, no consistency at quarterback. 15 times since AFC North came in 2002, they finished in last place. 15 times in last place. Figure out Dillon Gabriel. That was Kevin Stefanski's guy. Yep. Shedeur Sanders, Andrew Barry brought in. I don't care what the league says. The league doesn't speak about quarterbacks. They don't know any more than what you and I do, Field, about quarterbacks, really. To me, let's see how it plays out the rest of the year. I hope Shedeur has a chance. And even if he gets in there, he might struggle. Does that mean he stinks? Does that mean he was overrated? No. Didn't 9 executives have him going the number one quarterback back this same time last year? What happened?
Something like that,
year? What happened? Nothing happened on the field. All of a sudden, no, we're washing our hands of Shedeur Sanders. No, we don't want him. We don't want him. We don't want him. To me, the organizations ruin players. They ruin quarterbacks.
And the thing about this quarterback situation, and the thing about Browns fans, is they need something. They need something to get excited about. The Jets sold off most of their team yesterday before the deadline, and now it looks like a layup win here for the Browns, which means they're going to go a little bit farther back in the draft order. The Raiders trade away Jacoby Myers, which might make it a little bit easier of a layup here for that nasty Browns defense to sneak out another win, which means a little bit farther back in the draft order. So you're looking at that. You're looking at Cam Ward. It could be Cam Ward versus Shedeur Sanders. And I like this Browns defense. I like their chances. And I don't know if Shedeur's going to be out there or not. So that'd be too much to speculate because hell knows with this coaching staff. But that could be another win. That could be another win. Because that could be a gritty, low-scoring game, and they eke it out with Gabriel, whatever, whoever's that quarterback. It could be throw god. Who knows what they're doing? Who knows? But this defense is nasty enough to eke out some wins. They beat the Packers, so if you throw in another one of those, you ain't getting a top quarterback. You ain't getting a top quarterback, so what you going to do? Get Kyler Murray? What are you going to do? You got Shedeur here, and we've been saying this the whole time. The whole time. And I'll say it again for those in the back. You take away his name, take away everything else. Round 5 quarterback, round 3 quarterback. Round 3 quarterback has been looking rough. And it's not just these games. It was in training camp, before that OTAs and minicamp. Round 5 quarterback. The only blip on the radar was the preseason game. But contextually, you can really make the case who he was playing with. Everybody got cut. Besides him, pretty much, that was on the field. The first preseason game, though, he cashed out, and most of those players aren't on the team still, and he looked good. And you look at this, and you're looking at a quarterback here who was graded as a first-round pick by many, who was ahead of Gabriel by miles in the draft process by almost everybody. 99.9, the 0.1%. Stefanski and his boys. Stefanski and the boys. Everybody else did not have that grade. Like, there's people that were down on Shedeur. There are people that were down on him Nobody. I mean, there's haters, but they're not really grading the draft. They're not going prospect per prospect. They're not the ones sitting in front of a camera or just watching film for fun on 300 plus players from January to May. They're not doing that. They're just haters, so they don't do work. But really, you think about it, no one had that did legit work. That really looked at all these quarterbacks, all the players, and has done it for years. No one really did that. When you think about this, you got him on a day 3 contract. Like, if he hits to that upside, I say this every video, if he hits to that upside on a day 3 contract with that nasty defense, with Quinshon Judkins, as he misses the ball in that clip, these are from training camp. Ask Myles Garrett who he wants. Ask Myles Garrett who he wants. But really think about it. If you hit on that day 3 contract, because we know Dillon Gabriel's not a franchise guy unless he drastically turns it around. You hit on that day 3 contract with those 2 first-round picks, that nasty defense, with what you got coming up in the next year's drafts, you're going to be cashing. You're going to be cashing. You could build this team up. You got a quarterback on the cheap. You can build this team up, especially once, I don't know, I got to look at the numbers there. Watson's, I got to look at his contract. But honestly, I got to look at that. That might be a handcuff there. But again, with that on the books, and you got a day 3 contract to get right at quarterback, and you're just sitting here like, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. You're not going to invest in this? You're not going to take a look? Like, I'm not even saying, like, hey, just promote him. He should be starting. Like, I don't know what I'm saying now, but he should be starting. Like, I would be taking I would have took a deeper look in training camp. Like, all things considered with what they were doing, process-wise, you knew things were running rampantly bad. Once we got to training camp, Dillon Gabriel was just blowing. He was looking horrible, completing 20 to 30% of his passes, and that's when you should have put the stick in things and just made it a competition. That was it. Shedeur was completing 70, 80% of his passes. We were getting the stats every day. Everybody was saying that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Matters a whole lot right now, doesn't it? Matters a whole lot right now, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Like, one quarterback looking good, the other one not. That was the story. And it's not like it started in training camp and it was just a couple practices. OTA's balls were getting batted down. Mistakes were being made. And Shedeur Sanders was cashing, going wire to wire. And what I said about him, going into all this, he just needed stacked days. Just keep stacking days. And here's a point that nobody else is hitting on. If he doesn't play, his stock is still kind of up there, because he put out those numbers in that film in training camp. And one reason why we know this, and we're looking at some of these other teams right before the deadline, they're like, why can't we trade for him? The Jets media, their radio stations, we pulled the clips, that was weeks ago, they were wanting to trade for Shedeur. They're like, hey, they're not using him. He was catching their eye. He was catching a lot of other teams' eyes. That Panthers game, he was catching other teams' eyes. Now haters will be like, yeah, but nobody wanted him. Things will change rather quickly when you're killing it at training camp. When you're killing it and your quarterback's not. You feel good because you got a quarterback. Now you don't have a quarterback. Things change rather quickly. You got to think a lot of these teams thought they were good at quarterback, so they did not have to make that investment because they're patching other stuff up in the draft. A lot of teams thought they were good. Now they're not good. Now they're not good. A lot of these teams thought they were good, thought they could roll in to the season, and thought they had a chance. Jets thought they had a chance this year. They thought they had a chance with Justin Fields. Like, if you listen to their press conferences leading into the season, they didn't think it was going to go this way. They didn't think it was going to be a fire sale in November. And you're looking at a bunch of other teams here. A lot of them looking at him right now. And they're not willing to part ways. He did not go in the trade deadline. He's added to his stock. He's added to his stock. No matter what happens, as long as they don't put him in a situation here where he's not ready and they're throwing out concepts out at him mid-game that they haven't really went over or anything sticky like that, just Browns being the Browns, that's what I'm really saying. Not saying he can't or anything, just saying if the Browns are beating the Browns, then yeah, he's added to his stock. He's still adding to his stock. There's a reason why, well, we see the conspiracy and all that stuff behind the Browns, but there's also a reason why people from other teams are looking at this as well. He's caught their eye, and they would not be interested in him. He'd be a meme like Gabriel if he was sucking in training camp, if there were no indicators. There are indicators here. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. Thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video.